Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my zine, or digital fashion magazine. Today, when I was about to record, I noticed that my microphones were out of battery, so we're back with a great iPhone quality sound. So today's video is going to be about the topic that you seem to love the most, which is trends. We're talking about weird trend predictions for spring and summer 2023. Give me ideas down below of other trends videos you would like to see, because I do know these are your favorite ones and I'm kind of running out of ideas. And I tried picking things that are kind of out of our comfort zone, but still wearable. Anyways, before we get into the trends, I just want to talk a little bit about today's sponsor, which is Ana Luisa. My favorite jewelry brands are not a secret in this channel. When it comes to stable pieces, there is nowhere I'd rather shop. Ana Luisa offers long-lasting, tarnish-resistant jewelry that is string-tested, humidity-tested, allergy-tested. They literally have a 2-year warranty. This time I chose the goldier silver hoops. I'm slowly expanding my collection of silver jewelry, and I just had these 2 piercings done, and as soon as they're healed in like 2 or 3 months, these are going on there and they're not leaving. I also got their simple ear cuff, because if you follow me on Instagram, you would see in my Insta stories where I just said that I'm done with piercings in the cartilage. No matter what I do, they just infect. They're a pain in my booty. And so from now on, we're just carrying our lives with ear cuffs. I love the look of a full pierced ear, but I'm just not doing with the infections anymore. So that's why I also got the Joanne ear cuff set. I'm wearing the silver one right now. It's perfect because if you like to pair gold and silver jewelry, you can do it. I like doing it, but I know for some people it's like a controversial topic. So if you don't, then you just have one for each occasion. In addition, I also got the CS Silver safety pin earrings. They're probably going to live inside of my ears for months, if not years. I love that I don't have to worry about jumping in a pool, showering, going inside of the sea. And last but not least, Michelle Signet ring is my newest collection to my gold ring collection. And I also wear my other pieces from Ana Luisa that I got before all the time. Like these 2 necklaces are more staple gold necklaces. They're from Ana Luisa. This ring right here, I wear them all the time. I wash my hands with it. I do everything with it, and it's perfect. However, my favorite thing about Ana Luisa is how much I can trust them with everything regarding sustainability. And I know that you guys don't love super long sponsorships, but I would rather do a longer sponsorship where I get to tell you why I'm so passionate about the brand than just rush it through, because it feels impersonal and I really just want to share the things that you're doing. So Ana Luisa is carbon neutral and climate neutral. In 2022, 75.5% of their pieces were made of recycled-based materials, and 73.2% of their materials were RGC Code of Practices certified, which indicates that their vendors source the metals responsibly. When it comes to production, their social audit guarantees that every partner involved in manufacturing processes meet their social and environmental standards. They follow health and safety protocols, abide by women's rights. They don't use any forced labor or child labor. In 2022, they donated over $20,000 to causes near their value. Their team volunteers monthly in the North Brooklyn Angels, which is an NGO focused on providing meals for low-income families. They've donated more than 13,000 pieces of jewelry. And they also work with the Princess Project, which is an organization that provides free prom dresses and accessories to high schoolers that might not be able to afford them. So with all this said, if you click the link in my description box and use the code MAYAGP20, you'll have 20% off your order in Ana Luisa. Shop sustainably, shop happily, enjoy, and thank you once again for sponsoring this video. Just a disclaimer here, fashion is meant to be fun and creative and expressive. We're just talking about trends because it's fun and you guys like it, but if you're new here and you haven't heard this disclaimer before, yeah, don't think things too seriously. I just shop, thrifted what comes to my attention, so these videos are just for fun. Without further ado, let's just get into the trends. Okay, so the first trend is an evolution of something that's already been trendy. I saw this first on the Maison Margiela Spring 2023 collection. Dresses over pants and skirts over pants have been super trendy, but now what I've been seeing is mini tight skirts on top of dresses, and I'm kind of here for it. I feel like they really accentuate your curves or whatever, and it's a great way to like spice up a basic dress. So I could see myself wearing it. It's definitely something that I would feel a little bit self-conscious of, but if I wear it 3 or 4 times, that'll be great. Also, if it's like a monochromatic situation where the dress is black and the mini skirt is black, it might feel like it's part of the dress silhouette and not a layered thing, which could also be interesting. Because when I have really transparent dresses, I usually layer another like white basic dress or something underneath so that I'm honestly not showing everything. But if I can wear a bralette with a transparent dress and then an opaque mini tight skirt, then I can build so many more outfits with the same lace transparent vibe dress. Second trend is again something that just makes me laugh, because if someone would have told me that I would be in love with these things, I would laugh in their faces. But that's how trends work. It's cyclical, and what we hate right now is what we're gonna be loving in a few years or even months. These like after the knee leggings that are transparent and lace, I could see myself even just wearing them with like opaque underwear or with some like short shorts over the skirt. But the fact that it's not like a full legging, and it's also not a tight, but it's just under the knee, the fact that that is so not cute for my generation makes it so much cooler. And I was seeing this video from Lainey. I love Lainey, and she was talking about like the theory of just loving ugly clothes, and how our brain just works in that way, that, you know, the ugly things are becoming trendy because we feel like we're unique, but we don't want to be super unique, that we're weirdos. And so these whole like trends appear. Definitely recommend her video. This is kind of one of those things, because I feel like if my mom wore it, I would be like, I don't know if I like it. But then I see Bella Hadid wearing it, and I'm like, let me see if I can find that on Depop. I also would love to have a pair of those in this blue. I found ones on an online thrift shop, but they were medium size, and I wasn't sure if they were gonna fit me. And since they're leggings, you really want them to be tight on your body. I've talked about this before, but lace is one of those trends that I'm loving so much, and I'm afraid that it's just going to be like a quick trend. I really have been dedicated to putting my money in my consumption in things that I think will be timeless. Let me know your thoughts about lace, because lace has always been trendy, but right now it's like a different level of trendy. Next thing is something I find quite interesting, and I found it in the spring collection of the designer Lorenzo Serafini. And it is dresses whose silhouette, instead of going like this, they go like this. So it's like the opposite silhouette. And it's not like literally that, but just seeing dresses that have really broad top structures. So it's kind of like an inverted triangle. And that really messes up the ideal silhouette of a woman or whatever. It kind of makes you look a little bit more manly because it makes your shoulders really broad. Shoulder pads have been here for a little bit now. They're not like a recent trend. And shoulder pads are like a concept that enforce a wider structure in the top part. But it's funny how that idea, I've never seen it developed in another form of clothing. And so these dresses could be like a variation of what a shoulder pad does. And it kind of just messes your idea of silhouette. So I like that it made me think. And it doesn't have to be super exaggerated, but just that slight look, like in this picture, where you can see that we're not treating the top part of a dress as like something that could be super, super tiny and like this, and just like giving it a little bit more, I don't know how to explain it, but I think it's really cool. Even with puff sleeves, like that whole idea could be given with a lot of different elements. Next up is something that is dysfunctionally practical. Like, it's practical, but I think it surpasses the practicality level into a world of unpracticality, dysfunctionality, but it's fun, and it's these huge bags. I've been seeing this mostly in Korean and Japanese fashion. When I was an art student and I had to carry all my materials and like big papers and like huge rulers and stuff, this would have been heaven on earth. And it does make me think if it was inspired in actual like university bags, because there's like huge messenger bags or huge leather bags for like artists or architects. So maybe this is not a new concept, we're just bringing it into everyday street style. But I also love the idea of wearing like a super tiny silhouette outfit that makes you look really thin, and then like a huge bulky bag, and the contrast between it being like so obnoxious. Next up, I kind of talked about this in my other trends video, but I want to highlight it again because everything that has 3D roses on it is going to be trendy, guys. I don't know if they're gonna invent a 3D rose bucket hat or a 3D rose dress that is just made of 3D roses, but the fact that the 3D rose, I'm saying 3D just so that you don't think it's like a printed rose thing. The fact that this choker is really trendy is just a fact. that other things. Why is my grammar so bad today? Like, my brain is not processing the information in the correct order, and I'm just like blobbing words at you. I'm so sorry. But yeah, the fact that this choker is really popular probably indicates that was a word I'm looking for, indicates that other 3D rose things will be popular. Maybe even like in shoes. I don't know if I would like it in shoes, but who knows? Then something else I've been finding a lot on Pinterest, and I kind of identify it as a trend, is these jeans, sometimes jean shorts even, and I don't know how to explain it, but instead of just having the normal stitching on them, they have irregular funky stitching going on the upper body of the jean, so like in your belly area. This was probably a trend in the 2000s, I want to say, but I also didn't do the research, so apologies if I'm like completely wrong. And I think since we're in a maximalist wave and jeans are always popular, this is going to be a way of spicing up jeans. I like the idea that we can basically create patterns inside of denim pants without disrupting the denim, without dyeing it or stretching it or printing something inside of it. It's kind of a technique that I'd never thought about when it comes to spicing up your jeans. And I also like how much they can impact the silhouette. Like, if you make them right, they can make you look really quote-unquote sexy. But if you make them really funky, they can make you look really funky. And I like that. I like that those lines have a lot of power in the perception of how we see the jeans. Another thing that I'm not sure how I feel about it, but it's like strings everywhere. And when I say strings, it's like falling strings with things out of sunglasses, dresses, jackets. Like you could call them fringes, like, but I'm not talking about just fringes. I'm talking about anything that resembles a fringe, like even fringe in sunglasses, like in this picture. These sunglasses were very popular in the Gucci 2023 spring collection, and I feel like such an expert in naming collections here, but I'm just really getting into these stuff, guys. Bags that have a whole fringe overlay in them, it can be really fun if you try that out with different materials, colors, textures. You could put beads in things. Also like dresses that are just made of strings, like crochet strings, bead strings. I saw this picture, and I just have this picture because I couldn't find a way to describe this wool and so that I could replicate this and see other pictures. But I think this is very interesting, and I kind of want to do a video about the whole how naked outfits are becoming so popular and like how to an extreme point we got, because I saw after I went to Fashion Week how much people are willing to literally just wear an almost naked outfit, all of the tits out without anything. I'm not interested in talking about that in terms of like, is it cool, is it not, is it like slutty, is it not, like I literally don't care. I'm just interested in like the whole psychology behind it and how we got to that point. All of this to say that with that, the popularity of those types of outfits here, I think we're gonna find ways of creating necklines that show a lot while still covering like a little bit, you know. I would be willing to wear this. I think it's really fun. I think the fact that we always think of a neckline like this and not like something that can go down and then just have something covering, it could be like not lace. I don't know. I think I'm very excited because, as I said previously, last spring and summer, I was so focused on layering, then when the weather started to be super hot, I was kind of lost and didn't know what to wear because my outfits felt so simple and plain to me, and I was in a really maximalist wave. So I'm excited this year to rock more minimal outfits in spring and summer because it gets really hot where I'm from. So with all of this said, I think we've reached the end of the trends video. Comment down below which trends I missed, if you've been wearing something a ton, what's on your wish list. I'm truly curious. I love when the comment sections become just a conversation between all of us. Make sure to use my code MyGV20 for 20% off your order with Annie Louisa. The link will be in the description box. And yeah, that's everything for today, guys. I'll see you next Sunday. Bye!